John Gill, Exposition of the Bible, 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 8. Reading the verse from the King James Bible, first, quote, "Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, but wrought with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you," unquote. John Gill, quote, "Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, or freely, at free cost, without paying for it." He signifies that what they ate, they bought with their own money, and lived on no man without giving him a valuable consideration for what they had, though if they had not paid him money for their food, they would not have ate it for naught, since they labored among them in preaching the gospel to them, and such labors are worthy of their maintenance. Luke 10, verse 7, though the former sense is the apostles here. But wrought with labor and travail night and day, not only laboriously preaching the gospel to them as often as they could have opportunity, but working very hard and incessantly with their hands at the occupations and trades they had been brought up to, and that of the apostle Paul's was a tent maker, at which he sometimes wrought, thereby ministering to his own and the necessities of others. Acts chapter 18, verse 3. Nor was this inconsistent with his learning and liberal education. It was usual with the Jewish doctors to learn a trade or follow some business and calling of life. See Gill in Matthew chapter 6, verse 3. The apostles' end in this was that we might not be chargeable to any of you, or burdensome to them, they being for the most part poor, and the apostles being able partly by their own hand labor, and partly by what they received from Philippi, Philippians chapter 4, verse 16, to support themselves, chose too that they might not lay heavy upon them, and any ways hinder the spread of the gospel among them, at its first coming to them. And so the word is spelled Maimonides, says the ancient Jewish doctors behaved, and with the like view. Wherefore, say he, if a man is a wise man and an honorable man and poor, let him employ himself in some handicraft business, even though a mean one, and not distress men, or be burdensome to them. It is better to strip the skins of beasts than have been torn, than to say to the people, I am a considerably wise or learned man. I am a priest, take care of me and maintain me. And so the wise men have ordered, and some of the greatest doctors have been the hewers of wood, and carriers of timber, and drawers of water for the gardens, and have wrought in iron and coals, and have not required anything of the congregation, nor would they take anything of them when they would have given to them. Unquote. Reading the scripture again from the King James Bible. Neither did we eat any man's bread for naught, but wrought with labor and travail night and day, that we might not be chargeable to any of you. Unquote. And of John Gill, chapter 3, verse 8.